So in this video, we're going to learn what a confidence interval is and a confidence level, and then we're going to use 3 easy steps to find a confidence interval. So first off, a confidence interval, also known as CI, is the range or interval of values to estimate the true value of a population parameter. And the confidence level that goes hand in hand with it is the probability that the confidence interval actually contains the population parameter. So you might have noticed before when you're doing problems that the most common confidence levels used are 90%, 95%, and 99%. And what the confidence level really means is, say you're using a 95% confidence interval. If you choose 100 different samples leading to 100 different interval estimates, 95% of them would contain the true population mean. So that's the significance and the difference between a 95%, 99%, 90, and so on. So now here are 3 steps that you can use to find a confidence interval when you know the population parameters. So right here we have all the population parameters. It's a 95 confidence interval, so the alpha will be 0.05. So that's shown right here when it's 95%, alpha is 0.05, and what alpha is for the other more common ones. The standard deviation is 15, the sample size is 25, and the average is 796. So you start out by calculating your margin of error. So you use the confidence norm equation right here, and then from that you have to know alpha and plug it in. You put in your standard deviation and your sample size. You get 5.88, and now you can go on to finding the lower confidence interval limit. So for this, you take your average, and for the lower, you subtract the margin of error. And then you get your lower limit. Now, the third step, the last step, is to find the upper limit. So what you do is you take your average, and you add the margin of error. So you can see that your confidence interval is from 790.12 to 801.88. So that's your 95% confidence level. If you used a 99% confidence level, your range would be larger. The lower limit would be lower and the upper limit would be higher, and the range itself would be larger because then you can be more confident that the true population parameter would fall inside. If it was a 90% confidence interval, the interval would be smaller because you're a little bit less confident that the population parameter falls inside. So that is the definition of a confidence interval and how to find it, and the definition of confidence level.